Good afternoon, and welcome to today's staff training on how to assist grade 2 learners who are struggling with reading influencing. My name is Roche Abrahams, and I am the HOD of Foundation Phase at the Sunshine Primary School, and today I will be presenting to you the prevention intervention framework. By the end of this presentation, I would like you to be able to use the prevention intervention framework, also using multiple strategies on teaching grade 2 reading, so that they can gain fluency, and then also present you some resources you can use with your learners so that they can reach reading influency, but also to help them improve on their reading influencing. Okay, so there are 5 stages. The first stage is assess and diagnose. The second stage is teach and reteach. Then it's practice, apply, and reassess. So if you go through all that stages and the learner has still not made improvement in their reading influency, you'll go back to reteach and teach and reteach. Then you will let them practice again and then apply what they've learned, and then you'll reassess again to see if they've made improvement on their reading influency. Okay, so the first stage is assess and diagnose. So firstly, let's recap on what is reading influency. So it is when learners are reading a text aloud, that they are reading at a good pace, that they are saying the words accurately, and that they are using appropriate expression. So when there is an exclamation mark, are they excited when they're saying the last word? Is this a full stop? Are they coming to an actual stop? Or if there's a question mark, are they saying no? Are they using a question mark correctly with the word? So that is reading influency, and the best ways to assess this is through observations, as per the CAPS document mentions as well. And also we need to diagnose at this stage what is actually causing the learner to not achieve reading influency. Is it that they are sounding out the word? Is it that they do not know the sight words? What is causing them to not reach reading influence? Are they perhaps just nervous and not confident and need to gain confidence? So that is what you need to ascertain at this stage. Teach and reteach. So at this stage, you will teach the 5 components of reading to the learners as per the CAPS document, but most importantly, the focus should be on the phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness. Do they know their sight words? Can they blend? Can they sound out the words? Do they know the words? So this is what we're going to focus on. Then also, do your learners actually know how to word attack, how to decode words? Can they do this on their own? Do they not know how to do it? So that is something that we're going to look at. And then when you are reading to the learners, are you modeling using good pace? Are you using the expressions? Are you modeling correctly? Is there opportunities for learners to echo read with you? So when you read a sentence, are they reading a sentence as well? So this is something that you need to keep in mind. So the one resource that I made was a word attack resource, like a poster. So before the learners actually attempt to read, they will look at the text and see if there's any words that they do not know. Firstly, they can use this time now to sound it out, or to read the sentence without saying the word that they don't know, to see if that word pops up. Sometimes it does. to break the word up. So sometimes there's a word within a word, or you can let them read it in chunks, so they can read the prefix, the suffix, maybe there's a root word inside, they can read it like that. Or when looking at the pictures, what do they think that word is by looking at the picture? So to first attack the word before actually attempting to read the text. So this is what the poster can help us to remind them to first look through the text, and then to see what words they don't know. Okay, the next stage is to practice. The best way for learners to reach reading influency is to practice to read and reread the word, the text, to get fluent in it. So what you could do is you can make them into a group, and you can do a small group and you can read together, or they can read to each other in pairs. So also something that learners has to practice is using punctuation. And here is a resource that I've made. You can find wonderful things on YouTube. So this resource I got from YouTube. So what you can do is, after they have practiced reading in pairs perhaps, or in a group, you can let them play this punctuation dice game. So they can roll the dice, and if it lands on perhaps no with the exclamation mark, then they will practice with their partner on saying the word with the expression meaning, like no. Or if it lands on the question mark, they can maybe now say no in terms of a question. This is a fun way to practice punctuation, so that this can be applied back to the reading. So this game will assist with the expressions and the punctuations used. Okay, so once the learners has now practiced multiple times with a partner or in a group, they can now attempt to apply what they've learned. So which means they can look at the word, look at the text, see what words that they don't understand, word attack it or sound it out, and then they can practice reading with a partner or in a group multiple times so that they know the words, and then now they will read independently. And this is also where the teacher can assess how they have improved or how they are doing. So something fun they can also do at this stage is they can make use of puppets. So they can let the puppet be the character in the story, and the character will speak when the character speaks in the book, or they can use the puppet to read or act out, or to role play the book, and this will also help with fluency, and this is also a very fun thing to do. So this is something that you can use, very old school but very important. So the reassessing stage. So now you will listen at how the learner is doing. If the learner is still struggling, you will go back to the teach and reteach phase. If the learner is still struggling, or the learner has improved. So as I showed you, these are the resources that were made. These are the resources that were made. So these words like yes, dog, a noun, no, school. You can make this yourself and put your own words on there. And then puppets. Okay, then just to summarize on what we spoke about is that the prevention intervention framework, we want to prevent learners from not being able to read word fluency, so we need to intervene as soon as we hear that they are not reading with fluency. You can use the 5 steps, which is assess, diagnose, teach and reteach, practice, apply, and then Yeah, and then assess. And then make sure learners are rereading the text over and over, and choose just right books that is lower, at a lower level than their capability. This is going to help them build confidence. So that is the end of my presentation. I hope that you learned something, that this inspired you to focus on the reading fluency for grade 2. And thank you very much for coming to today's training session. Have a good day.